So, I recently did a blog post about the Ukraine refugee crisis and I wanted to revisit. So, as of last week, there was 5.71 million refugees that had fled Ukraine. And as of this week, it's 5.9 million refugees. This is still the third largest refugee crisis since 1960. I got this data from the Pew Research Center, which uses the peak year of each crisis to compare. So the Biden administration announced that they were going to take in 100,000 Ukrainian refugees. And as of this week, they've announced that 6,000 have been approved to enter the US. And this is through the United for Ukraine program that the Biden admin started. Now, just because we say we're going to take in 100,000 refugees doesn't mean we actually will or can. So that's what this graph is explaining behind us. So in recent years, there's been a decrease in our refugee ceiling and the number of refugees that we admit. And this is closely correlated with our refugee resettlement funding. This means that as our admissions have gone down, so has our funding, and it really has created a huge backlog since 2016 that we're still dealing with today. So even though we've increased the ceiling and the Biden administration has announced that they're going to increase the funding, we still have huge capacity constraints. And as we look to revitalize the US refugee system, it's also important to address the equity problems. So it was revealed that Ukrainian refugees could be exempt from Title 42. Now, Title 42 is a very controversial public health measure that was enacted by the Trump administration and later kept on by the Biden administration. Now, recently, the Biden administration has announced that they will roll back this policy, but the policy basically stated that migrants could be turned away legally from the US under the guise of trying to prevent the spread of diseases like COVID-19. Now, many experts argue that Title 42 is ineffective and arguably racist. And I know what you're thinking, very on brand for America. But I think the point is that as we look to revitalize this program and increase our capacity for refugees, it's the perfect opportunity to also address these inequity issues within the system. So that's all I have for you. I hope this video was informative and that you enjoyed it.